2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 13 through 15.
But that's the whole tragic point, my friends. What would I do if I could suddenly feel, and to know once again
My Father's in control.
that what I feel is real? I could cry, I could smile, I might lay back for a while.
I might.
Tell me what would
I know the
I
intro's
do
kind of long. What would I do though,
I could feel?
if I was in the adversary's shoes? If I was Satan, I would be a minister, control all the churches. Let my devils be deacons, keep them working for certain. Suggest different meanings for the scriptures. Preach a sermon about haters to these worldly niggas. Break up homes talking down, don't trust men. Entertain, strike a chord with the women. Have them sitting gossiping about Beyonce, so the men won't learn what the words say. Announce birthdays to keep them all devilish. Remind you of your liquor habits is my sales pitch. I'm selfish, give your money, you'll be blessed. Express your problems privately, lifting up your dress. I won't confess in my heart, I declare war. Have you thinking Jesus speeches you should die for? And cop more for your children, $1 billion biz. Give out candy on Halloween for the kids. It's not pagan if you do it on the church ground. Keep them safe, not realizing what went down. Voodoo talk, have you thinking that I'm speaking tongues? Lack of knowledge, I'm gonna tell you that you suffer from. I leave you dumb, mocking Peter with his big mouth. Tell you in the lines, then you will have doubt. I got clout, fancy suit and just one look. Have my understudy change the air for a crook. Subconscious shook, but never bring it to the light. Crack a joke about my dedicated church wife, and be precise about methods from Charlie Shed. How to develop a tithing church, more bread. And be precise about methods from Charlie Shed. And how to develop a tithing church, more bread. And be precise about methods from Charlie Shed. And how to develop a tithing church, more bread. We know Satan will appear as an angel of light. It's no marvel if his ministers transform right. To ministers of righteousness, Paul, yes, he writes this in the New Testament. We know Satan will appear as an angel of light. It's no marvel if his ministers transform right. To ministers of righteousness, Paul, yes, he writes this in the New Testament.
You preaching smooth, snakes. But all y'all children need traveling shoes. The worst thing you can do is call them men a fool. Grab the saints out the pit so we can keep them cool. Get it? These burning pulpits lead the sheep to their death with their false doctrine. Saying the law is done with, but use the law to take your 10% offering. When tithing is done away with, are your contradictions false accusations? No reveal that you work is for Satan. Got that gift for the gap as you steady taking from the poor widow's mouth. What the words say about your greater condemnation. Mark 12:38-40, Matthew 23:14, steady pimping. Church whores where they lack knowledge, but he who can't hear, he won't acknowledge the truth, so he eat that garbage from the seminar scholars cause they went to college. But I stand here to demolish, abolish your cemetery theologic logic. Somebody can see, and who can it be?
We know Satan will appear as an angel of light. It's no marvel if his ministers transform right. To ministers of righteousness, Paul, yes, he writes this in the New Testament. We know Satan will appear as an angel of light. It's no marvel if his ministers transform right. To ministers of righteousness, Paul, yes, he writes this in the New Testament. Check it. So who you really looking at in that pulpit, man? Who's really them deacons? Who's the announcement lady? I mean, wasn't it John chapter 2 verse 15? The Messiah went up in the church,
If I could
flipping the money changers, beating them with whips.
and to
Cause he had that zeal.
to say,
Just an
I like
idea.
what I see.